going to make a soup that has memories of childhood for anybody who's Italian or even isn't Italian, because everyone has heard of this pasta called pastina. And anything that's an ina in Italian means tiny, small. And this is pastina the way you would buy it in a grocery store. You want to buy a good brand made from 100% semolina. And look at how tiny it is. This is what you would eat, you know, in chicken broth when you were sick.
Exactly.
Your mother would make this for you because this was going to make you feel better. So we're going to make a very quick spinach and pastina and egg soup. And you start with 2 quarts of chicken broth, homemade or low sodium that you bought in the store. You get the broth boiling. So we have our broth in the pot here boiling. And then you add the pastina. So we have about, a cup of pastina there, and Chief, I'm going to have you stir
I can do that.
Just stir that around, and then we're going to lower that heat to medium-high, and you're going to allow this to cook. It's not going to take very long because you saw how tiny that pasta was. It's going to take about 5 minutes. So we'll cover the pot and come back and get the rest of the ingredients for this soup ready. So I told you this was a spinach and egg and pastina soup. So here we have spinach, just fresh spinach, and all we want to do is wash it and just tear it into big pieces. So you can do that, Chief.
That goes in
at the end because you know that spinach is 98% water. We don't want to kill it with heat because if we do, then we're going to, what are we going to do? We're going to root it. We're not going to have the nutrients that we want. We want that folic acid because that's good for us. So this soup, like the zucchini soup, also has egg and cheese. And so you need a cup of grated Parmigiano Reggiano again. You know, some people ask me, can you do this with pecorino cheese? Well, you could, but you got to be careful because that's a salty cheese. That's a sheep's milk cheese.
Right.
This is a cow's milk cheese. So with the cheese, you want 4 eggs. Again, this is a really nutritious soup. Goes together in just a few minutes. And it looks like you've been at the stove all day. That's the kind of thing we like, right, Chief?
But quick.
So here we have 4 eggs that we just lightly beat with a whisk, and now we're going to add the cheese. Now, ideally, if I were home and not in your kitchen, I would take this mixture, this egg and cheese mixture, and I would put it in my serving piece, in my soup tureen. And then I would take the hot broth with the pastina and the spinach that we're going to add, and I would pour that over this mixture in the tureen because that hot liquid is going to cook this egg and cheese mixture. But we're going to do it right in the pot today because we're in the Chief's kitchen and not in mine. And I must say, Chief, you turn out some really wonderful meals in this antiquated kitchen.
Right. It
okay,
works.
it works.
And instead
All right,
of...
that looks good. And now let's go over and see. Let's check on the pastina because we want to
Chef?
make sure that that is al dente. So let's take a look here. You see how you can tell just by looking at look at how tiny this is. It's like a grain of salt, and it's cooked. Okay, so
Excellent.
now all we have to do. I'm going to take the eggs over.
All right.
I'm going to put them in first. And Chief,
I'm here. Let me do that, and you can.
all right.
Let me do that.
We're going to whisk that in just like we did before.
Right.
Just like we did before. But remember, if you were doing this at home, you could put this right into your soup tureen. Right, this kitchen is smelling really great today with all the different soups we've made. Okay, that goes in.
Not much legal work is getting done today either.
And now we take this spinach. You want about 4 cups. So I'm just going to eyeball it. That's about 2.
Right.
And here's about 2 more. So you
Just
get that
right,
in.
just right.
Fits in this pan. And
Just
all you
right.
want to do is allow that spinach to wilt down. And that's going to take you like 30 seconds. So put the cover on a jar. And about 30 seconds later, we are all ready for zuppe.
Zuppe.
In 10 minuti.